Well, I'm excited to listen to this song, Beautiful for You. We'll talk about it after we listen. Here it is.
Here I am, completely broken, and I don't know how to keep going. My heart's been shattered too many times, badly scarred, I can't recognize. I've been stuck in this valley, my pieces scattered on the ground. But when I feel that all hope is lost, I see a light through these stormy clouds. Take these pieces and make me new. Refine me in this fire I'm walking through. In your design, for your will, not a mine, into something beautiful, beautiful for you. Sometimes it feels like I have nothing. This world has turned my heart black and blue, and all the lies I've been believing, looking at myself untrue. Take these pieces and make me new. Refine me in this fire I'm walking through. In your design, for your will, not a mine, into something beautiful, beautiful for you. You come and meet me where I'm at. You don't give up, you never turn your back. Take these pieces and make me new. Refine me in this fire I'm walking through. In your design, for your will, not a mine, into something beautiful, so beautiful, beautiful, whoa, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for you.
And that was Beautiful for You on Corner Cafe, and we have Alecia Aichelle on the phone joining us from Canada. Yay! We want to visit, but we'll wait to visit until after, things change, of course, 'cause we don't want to be stuck there for a long, long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything's open up, and wait till summer when the weather's nice, because we
Right.
still have snow and it's kind of cold here.
yeah, just like Colorado. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. Well, we've been having a great conversation about your artistry, your music, and just trusting the Lord during this time. But Beautiful for You, we love that song. Let us know kind of where that birthed and what your heart was when you wrote that song and what you hope others get from that song.
Yeah, so Beautiful for You kind of comes from a couple of really hard things that I went through in my life. So Beautiful for You talks about being broken. and, broken into these pieces, but how God can take those pieces, and sometimes he allows us to be broken, right? So he can take those pieces and put us back together into something beautiful for him, for his will and his purposes. And sometimes we have to walk through the fire in life to be refined and get, where he wants us to be. So that is really the message of the song. And it's inspired by a couple of things. So when I had just graduated high school, I was starting a music program as a voice major, piano minor, and a tumor was found in my thyroid gland. And I had just graduated high school, and they couldn't tell. They did a bunch of tests, and it kept coming back inconclusive if the tumor was cancerous or not. And so they had to go in and remove the tumor. They went in, did surgery, removed the tumor and half of my thyroid gland because the tumor was kind of octopused around it. And I woke up with no voice. And I was told, oh, it's normal. It's just swelling. It'll come back in a few days. So 3 weeks after this surgery, I moved from British Columbia to the province of Alberta. So I moved like 9 hours away to attend college and started college as a voice major with scholarships, and I had zero voice.
Wow.
And I went to numerous doctors. My voice coach at the college, she got me in with a throat specialist because she said, it's been a month now and this does not seem normal.
Right.
So she got me in with a throat specialist, and that is when they put the camera down through my nose and found that my vocal cords, my right vocal cord was completely paralyzed. And my left was trying to move. They kind of moved together in like a V shape, right?
Okay.
And my left one was trying to overcompensate and move all the way over, but it couldn't reach. And the right one was just laying there completely paralyzed. And that's when they determined that the recurrent laryngeal nerve that makes the vocal cords move was severed.
Okay.
So the nerve that made that right vocal cord move was severed during the surgery. And they didn't know it at the time of the surgery. They thought they were being extra careful. They knew that I was a singer. And so I was told right then and there I would never talk again and I would never sing again.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. And so as you can imagine, I mean, I was 18, almost 19 years old. I was completely in a new city. I, didn't know anybody in a new province. And here I'm told that, like, your dream is gone. Okay, so the specialist, I had asked him in my tiny whisper that I have, is there anything I can do? And he said, no, once a nerve is severed, it's done. And he said, there's nothing you can do. And so I said, so pretty much all I can do is pray for a miracle. And he said, yep, what else are you going to do?
Wow.
And he was quite negative about it. And I was crying and I was a mess. And I remember leaving there and getting home to the place where I was renting, and I remember just laying in fetal position on the floor, just crying. And inside I was screaming at God because I couldn't scream. I had no voice, but inside I was screaming at God, and I was like, why? Why would you give me this passion?
Right.
Give me this gift and scholarships and a place to live, and then just take it away. And, I was just felt so hopeless. And my parents drove out to be with me that weekend, and we went to my sister's church, and there was a man speaking who had been healed from cancer. And afterwards, I went up for prayer, and I actually had some ladies pray with me that I knew from the church, and they saw a vision of me singing in front of crowds of people. And they just said, you know what, we feel God is going to heal you.
Wow.
And we don't know why this happened or, when he's going to heal you, but you just have to have faith. And I just knew in my heart that I had to believe, I had to have faith and not take that answer as, the end.
Right.
And after 3 months of no speaking voice, my speaking voice came back.
Wow.
And I went back into the throat specialist, and he walked in and he said, hi, Alecia, how are you? And I said, good, how are you? And he looked at me, jaw dropped.
Yeah.
He was completely, just totally shocked.
Right.
And he said, this is crazy. And he fumbled to get the camera and put it down and look. And sure enough, my vocal cord was moving.
Wow.
The right vocal. And he said, this can't be explained scientifically. And I said, I have a really strong faith. And I said, I was praying and believing in a miracle. And literally thousands of people across Canada, people I didn't even know, were praying for me.
Wow.
In friends and family churches. And he got tears in his eyes, and he just said, come back in 3 months. I want to follow this.
Wow.
So I passed 3 months. And at that point, my vocal cords were in full movement. Everything was perfect 100%, and he said, you can start singing again.
Wow.
So, you know, it's such a miracle. And my theme verse is Psalm 92:4. I sing for joy at the works of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I mean, that is literally my theme verse. I sing for joy at the works of your hands. And so it's definitely going through that is what inspires me and drives my passion as an artist and a singer, because I know what it's like to have that taken away.
Right.
And, you know, going through that time of the not knowing, and then just having to have that faith and that trust and that patience and the perseverance. And I think, you know, I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up a Christian and grew up singing in church and went to a Christian school. But my faith wasn't really real to me until I went through that trial.
Right.
Because that's really what just made it so real.
Right.
And that I knew beyond a doubt that God is real, prayer is powerful, he has a plan in everything.
Right.
And so I love to share that story because it's such a story of hope